Chapter 3. Monster. Monster and I have a really special bond. Really special. When he's not eating or sleeping or licking his bum, he's usually right beside me, following me around. He'll look up at me with his big brown eyes, and I'm pretty sure he understands that it's because of me he's alive today. That's right. I, Maxwell Beckett, saved Monster's life. It all happened on my walk home from school about a year ago. I had detention, again, which you could see as a bad thing, but it was actually a good thing because it meant I was in the right place at the right time. I'd had a lot of detentions that term already, for talking too much, for wearing the wrong uniform and not doing my homework, setting off the fire alarm. Oh, and for telling everyone that Charlie Geek was moving to Dubai. I was so convincing on that one that he'd got called to the head teacher's office to be asked why his mum hadn't spoken to the school about it. Charlie's my best mate, and although he got a bit upset to start with, he found it funny in the end. I think he did anyway. For this particular detention, I was kept behind because I'd put the class's maths books in the canteen bin, which was a lot easier to do than you'd think. After maths, which was probably all about angles or something else that was a complete waste of time, the bell went and Mr. Gupta told us to put our books on his desk on our way out so he could mark our homework. I hadn't done mine, and hadn't done it the week before either. Not doing my homework usually wouldn't bother me, but I knew that this time it would mean a phone call home to Mum and Dad. And that would mean another big argument. Ugh. But as I put my book on the top of the pile, there was a crash in the corridor. Mr. Gupta rushed out to see what had happened, and I was the last one left in the room. Without really thinking about it, I grabbed all of the books and stuffed them in my bag. The corridor was chaos. One of the science teachers had dropped a tray of jars and test tubes, and there was glass everywhere. Mr. Gupta helped the teacher pick up the pieces, while Charlie Geek took it upon himself to form a human shield to stop anyone walking through it. "Stand back, everyone! There's glass, glass!" he shouted, like it was an unexploded bomb or something. He is a bit of an idiot sometimes. I worked out I had approximately 3 minutes to get rid of the books and make it to my next lesson, so I legged it to the cafeteria where they have the biggest bins. In just over 75 minutes, everyone would be scraping their lunch plates all over the books, and Mr. Gupta would never know I hadn't done my homework. Perfect. There were 4 dinner ladies in the kitchen. One of them was singing opera badly, and they were all too busy laughing to notice me or the thud of the books landing in the bottom of the bin. I grabbed a few paper napkins that were on the side by the cutlery and threw them on top so the books couldn't be seen. I then ran to geography and was in my seat before the teacher had even looked up from her desk. Easy! I don't know how I managed to get caught for dumping the books. One of those beady-eyed dinner ladies must have noticed. Mrs. Lloyd, our head teacher, summoned me to her office during last period and told me the good news. A week of detention and a phone call to my parents. Oh! My whole plan to try and avoid any more arguments at home had totally backfired. After my last day of detention, I decided to take a longer walk home to avoid the shouting while I could. So I took a detour down Palmerston Avenue and saw that there was something lying in the road. At first, I thought it was an old fur coat, but then it moved. It was a dog! It had long brown ears, a white body and black and brown patches on its back and legs. It was panting, and its